In this video, we want to take a look at matrix multiplication, that is, multiplying two matrices together. I'm going to show you how to use your calculator to do this and to check yourself, but also how to do it algebraically. Okay, so if I'm going to use my calculator, let me pull it up. And the first thing I have to do is find the matrix menu. Now the 84 TI-84 should be very similar to this. The only difference is you don't have a button that says matrix, it's a second feature. So find your matrix menu, whether it's a button or in yellow as a second feature. And the first thing we want to do is edit in our matrices. So the first one I'm going to call A, just like on the paper here. And what it asks for initially is the order. So if you recall from our previous study, order means number of rows by number of columns. Well, in this case, I have 2 rows, enter, and 2 columns. So it's a 2 by 2 matrix. So it expanded that for me. Now, if you already had something in there, just type over it. And if you already have numbers in your matrices, just type over them, no big deal. All right, so I'm going to put in 2, and I have to do it each row at a time, -3. Make sure you use the right negative button, and -8 and 4. Okay, so I've got matrix A entered. I'm going to quit. Second mode to quit. I'm going to go back to that matrix menu. We're going to edit again, but this time we're going to go down to B. So I select B, enter. Again, it is a 2 by 2 matrix. And I'm going to put in my information here. -6 and 7 and 1 and -5. Okay, so now that I've got them in there, all I have to do is go back and say, all right, let's do the multiplication. So I'll choose matrix A, name, and I'm going to tell my calculator to multiply, and matrix, name, B, and enter. And it gives me this answer here. So let's see if that matches what I have on my, yes, it does match, all right? So how on earth did it get it? It's definitely not, just like with addition and subtraction, multiplying the corresponding entries, right? Because 2 times -6 would be -12, and we have a -15. So there's something else going on here. We're going to get to that in just a moment, all right? But that is the correct answer there. Let me scroll down a little bit further and give you some rules. Okay, so with matrix multiplication, we don't necessarily have to have the same order for our matrices. What we do have to have, though, is that the inner numbers must match. So let me get my pen here and write something down. This first matrix, right, is a 2 by 2. The second matrix is a 2 by 2. This number here has to match this number here in order for me to multiply them. So I could multiply a 3 by 2 matrix times a 2 by 4 matrix. As long as the inner numbers match, we would be able to do the multiplication. I'm going to show you how in just a second. The answer is always going to be the outer numbers for my answer. All right, so let's see the math behind this, how we would do it if we didn't have that calculator handy. Okay, so here are those 2 matrices. This is the rule, okay? So if I want to take B times A without my calculator, I'm going to take matrix B first, put that first, and then times A. What we're going to discover here is that matrix multiplication is not commutative. You cannot just switch the order and expect to get the same answer like you do with regular multiplication. So to get my first answer, I'm going to take the first row, so I've circled it here in blue, and multiply it by the first column, and then I add the answers, right? So -6 times the 2 and the 7 times the -8, and I add up those answers. Then I take that first row, circled in green, times this second column, circled in green, and I do the same thing. So the -6 times the -3 added to the 7 times the 4. We do the same thing on the bottom, all right? So we're going to multiply a row by a column. That's why we have to have those inner numbers matching. When we simplify this, we do a little bit of arithmetic, and then we get this answer. And as you can see, that is definitely not the same thing we got for A times B. So matrix multiplication can be done with the calculators. You do have to make sure that the inner numbers on your orders match, and do not expect the answers to be the same if you swap places, right? You have to do it in the order given. Let me know if you have any questions.